Hey guys, it's Marvin Ambrosius, and welcome back to another special episode of 5 Minutes with Marv. I've got a very special guest today. I'm not going to lie, having her on the show is an absolute honor. I am a bit gassed about it. It is Martine McCutcheon. Hello, everybody. It's Marvin Ambrosius here for another great episode of 5 Minutes with Marv. I've got an unbelievable guest today. I am a bit starstruck. It's Martine McCutcheon. How are you, Martine?
Oh, hello. Thank you for having me.
Oh,
Thanks
no
for having
problem.
me. It all began, didn't it, with my little boy, Rafferty, who
Yes.
is just turned 6. But he loved it that he was 5, doing Fit in 5. But he's been doing it since he was, God, like how long's it been going now?
Like 3 years now.
So there you go. So yeah, he's been doing it since he was about 2 or 3. And he absolutely loves it because it's that sort of like attention span that's perfect for him. Short, sharp, and in lockdown, he still feels like he's done something.
Brilliant.
Um, and even if he's not been able to get out and see his friends, it's been an absolute lifesaver. So I was introduced to you through my little boy, and then you kindly shared me some videos that were low impact.
Yes.
And then we started talking, and then this happened. So it's
Ex-
great.
Exactly. Do you know, because we had to get that intro in, I didn't even start the timer yet. So I'm going to start it from now
Do
because
it again.
I can tell me and you can talk for hours. So I'm gonna try and make this 5, but I don't think it will be. So
1 hour with Mark.
exactly. So Martin, what I want to know, what does fitness mean to you?
Fitness means to me you being the best that you personally can be, making sure that you're able to enjoy your life, and not taking what God gave you for granted. I think that that's kind of what fitness means to me. I think it's something that some people are more blessed with than others when they're born. Some people have to work at it. Some people have to kind of just hone it and preserve it. And for some people, it's a battle. And I think that it's something that is not to be taken for granted.
Amazing, absolutely amazing. And in regards to where you've been somebody who's a fitness advocate, mental health advocate, have
Hmm.
there been any pitfalls in parts of your life in fitness where you've had to change what you've done in the past to what you do now?
Oh, 100%. Before, I was kind of constantly in fight or flight mode. I had a difficult childhood. There was domestic violence. And so my life was in that fight or flight. And I didn't know how to live any other way. And I found that the way that I approached my work and the way that I approached looking after myself was quite extreme. I almost felt like unless I was kind of punishing myself, it kind of wasn't going to work. And then as time went on, and when I contracted Lyme disease, which was 8 years ago, but nobody kind of knew very much about it. They thought I had shingles. My body completely shut down. And they also said they found the ME virus, and I got glandular fever in my 20s when I was doing EastEnders. So I just didn't stop. And then
Yeah.
finally, these things made me stop and made me realize that I needed to come at life from another way, or basically, my body just was not going to play ball. And literally, when I do things now that is coming at it energetically from a wrong place or a negative place, my body will not literally play ball. My arms won't lift up. Sometimes I can't walk very far. And I know that I'm doing it from a wrong place. And I can do the same thing and come at it from a different place mentally and spiritually and all that stuff. And I can do it. So, major learning curve for me. And yeah, huge pitfalls, like the big illnesses, like kind of having to stop my career. Trying to become a mother was a huge thing as a result because of my health issues, that I had to wait a long time to find out if that was going to happen or not. And it all takes a toll on your mental health as well. So yeah, there's been many.
Well, with everything that you said there, one thing that I picked on is that even into the point of not being able to do something, you actually assessed everything and understood where you were coming from in the fact that you were 100 miles an hour. It was all or nothing. But then you became more spiritual. Would that be correct?
Yeah, I think the spirituality and sensitivity was always there. I was always a very sensitive person. And my safe place was being on set in front of the camera where everybody thought I was wonderful, and that I could do no wrong and I was enough.
Yeah.
And a lot of performers feel like that. I think a lot of athletes feel like that, where you've got to be a winner in order to be successful or to feel validated in some way. But if you let that rule your life and you don't have a 360 kind of all-round picture, which I didn't, I literally, my life was my career was my life, and it validated everything for me, and other things would go wrong and I couldn't see why. So yeah, I did um, take it all in and digest it all and kind of manage to be the narrator, if you like, of it all in the end. But it took years, Marvin. It took
Yeah.
a long time. And it was something that was really so deeply ingrained in me from such a young age.
Yeah.
But it took me a long time to peel those layers away and finally realize, oh, that's where it's all come from.
Yeah.
And a lot of kind of lot of work on myself and a lot of difficult moments, but then those amazing aha moments as a result, where you
Yeah.
go, oh, okay, this is why, and then this is why, and it all takes time. But yeah, it was a long journey. I wouldn't want to do it again, I'm not gonna lie. And I'm still learning,
But
as we all are.
yeah, we are. And we are constantly always working on ourselves. I think that's one of the
Yeah.
biggest key things to do. But one thing that you always give is that your smile and just your energy, like, is so positive that
Oh, I try.
even in the midst of us not knowing and me not knowing how you once felt, you
Mm.
always brought joy to people. So that's
I
one thing that I want to say to you. And that's why I was
thank
privileged that you said
you.
yes to come on the show, because this, to me, I grew up with you.
Yeah,
So, and I've never met you, but I felt like we knew each other just because. And like
yeah.
you said, you wanted that acceptance, but you know what? Like, I'll be really corny. You had me at hello.
Oh, thank you
So just know this: there's
so
people
much.
out there that feel just like I do. But I'm gonna get back into it. But
Go on.
one thing that you did say, I got a bit emotional then. One thing that you did
Oh,
say was that with things going in the wrong direction, I feel that social media has kind of warped the mindset of a lot of people
yeah.
in wanting more attention in a way that isn't going to help them mentally. Do you feel that when you went onto social media, there was a fear in doing that, or have you felt just the positives of it?
There still is a fear. I think I would be lying if I was being completely honest. I'd say that I'm still fearful of the comments that might be there, and I think that when you've grown up in the public eye, firsthand, it's kind of quicker now and it's more immediate.
Yeah,
But when you've grown up so young and you have no control over what's going to be said about you whilst you're growing up and making mistakes, all the things that you do when you're growing up, you look back and you die, and then you think, oh my god, if that was written about. And I had it all written about as well.
yeah,
So yeah, I think I still have that little bit of fear, but I have to kind of, I just try and keep my Instagram as a work tool, and I also look at it as a place to genuinely connect with people my way, in an authentic way. But I also have learned to have boundaries, that
yeah,
I don't have to overshare. I don't
yeah,
have to share everything. I don't have to answer everything. And I think when I grew up in the public eye, I did almost, because people felt like they were growing up with me, I almost felt like obliged that I
give,
had
give,
to
give,
tell
give,
them
give, give, give.
everything and give,
Yeah,
yeah. And I had no boundaries for myself, and that actually it's all right to keep that private. And it sounds silly and obvious, but when there were no boundaries for me growing up, it was blurred. The lines were
yeah,
definitely blurred. And my relationships with people that I had, it was blurred because, bless them, they were like chucked into the lion's den.
yeah,
And so it was tough. But I think social media is great in the way that I get the chance to answer back now. I get to have a voice, and I get to say what I need to say if there is anything out there that I need to address or I feel is unfair or unjust. But then there's also a lot of stuff that I think, like anything, social media with a lot of other things, it's great as long as you don't abuse it.
yeah,
If you don't abuse it, if you don't overuse it, I think it's fine. It's got its place, but just don't go over the top with it and don't take it all to heart, and don't, remember, it is not real.
yeah.
I know so many people have probably said that, but it
You're right.
really isn't as real as mine looks. It's as real as it can be, but it's a snippet of my life.
Yes, literally
No,
not. It's not even a trailer. It's like you
no.
said, it's not even anywhere there. But one thing to say, we're right at the end now, but I have one more question.
Go.
Now, when you do decide to work out and when you are working out, what is your go-to song that gets you pumped?
I think it's probably, Oh my God, that's a hard one because
I know it. I know there's loads. There's loads. But what was the first thing that came into mind? It doesn't matter how silly it is because everyone laughs at mine, but it's like it is the first song that I go to.
I can't remember. I think it was, is it Living Joy? Don't Stop Moving.
Yes.
Don't stop moving, keep it up. That one.
Yeah, exactly.
That one.
That'll get you
That
going.
one. Yeah.
That's the square box, little
Yeah,
box, square
yeah,
box. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. That's
that.
really good, kind of like, four on the floor kind
Wicked.
of beat that you can't go wrong to. So I love that. And then for stretching and stuff like that, I love a bit of Sade.
Oh,
I
getting
love
sensual with it on that one.
Sade and breathing, and yeah, she just really helps calm me. Yeah.
I think she does that with everybody. But I have to say, thank you so much for coming on the show. I really appreciate it. And thank you, everybody, for watching. Take notes from people, take notes from everything being positive, keep the negative out, and make sure you follow Martine as well. Thank you so much.
And thank you, Marvin. Just want to say we all love what you do too. And there are so many kids and adults that you help more than you know. Your reach is wider than you know.
Oh, thank you. Oh, God, I'm gonna cry. Thank you so much.
Are you sure about that 5 minutes?